What's up, sports fans? It's your boy, the Bawan. I'm here tonight, this evening, to give you a recap of our first week of NCAA football top 25. But before I do that, as we all know, I'm a Florida Gator guy, so I'm going to give you a review on the Florida Gators and how they're doing throughout the season. And also, I'm going to give you my predictions on what I think should be in top 5. And I'm going to give you the scores of the top 25 as well. So we're going to start off as we talk about my Florida Gators. Florida Gators, it's been a lot of talk about our offense. We got a new head coach, Jim McElwain's first year. Defense is going to be outstanding. As you know, I think we got the best secondary guy in Harry Graves the third. So as far as it goes, the first week, we had two quarterbacks, Trayon Harris and Will Greer. But our first week, we looked pretty dominant on offense as we beat New Mexico State 61-13. Trayon Harris going 14-19 for 215 yards and 2 TDs, while Will Greer going 15-17 for 164 yards and 2 TDs. And Vernon Haygraves the third with his interception. And Kevin Taylor, who was the son of former Florida Gator great NFL running back Fred Taylor, he had 8 carries, 54 yards and TD. So overall, total yards was 382 yards passing with 4 TDs, and the total they went 30 for 37. And they had 42 carries for 224 yards and rushing with 4 TDs, which ultimately leads to 606 yards of total offense. So great job for Florida Gators. Next week we got East Carolina. See what that brings. So moving on along, we'll go to our top 25 games this past week. So we had number 7 Oregon defeating Eastern Washington 61-42. Stanford losing. Number 21 Stanford losing to Northwestern 16-6. It was Georgia in a 51-14 win over Louisiana Monroe. Game was called due to a second weather delay. And we had number 17 Ole Miss defeating UT Martin 76-3, and number 12 Clemson upsetting Wofford. Well, it wasn't upset, but beating Wofford 49-10. And we had UCLA number 13 defeating Virginia 34-16. We had the number 18 Razorbacks of Arkansas defeating UTEP 48-13. And we had number 34 Missouri beating Southeast Missouri State 34-3. And we had number 6 Auburn defeating Louisville 31-24. Not too impressed with their defense, as their offense wasn't all that impressive either. They did good in the first half of defense, but their quarterback had 3 interceptions. So I don't know why everybody hyping Auburn to win the SEC. The way they looked didn't look all that impressive to me. We have number 25 Tennessee beating Bowling Green 59-30. Then we had Oklahoma, number 19, beating Akron 41-3. We had Texas A&M pulling the upset victory over Arizona State 38-17. Arizona State was number 15 at the time. We had Louisiana LSU ranked number 14. It was a McNeese State. That game was canceled due to weather. We had the Fighting Irish Notre Dame ranked at 11, defeating Texas 38-3. And we had a battle between number 3 and number 20, Alabama, playing Wisconsin. Alabama picks up the win, 35-17. We had the Florida State Seminoles ranked number 10, winning 59-16 over Texas State. We had USC, number 8, Trojans, winning 55-6 at Arkansas State. Then we had Georgia Tech at number 16, beating Alcorn State 69-6. And we had a struggle with number 2 TCU, who struggled to beat Minnesota, won by 6, 23-17. And we had Arizona winning 42-32, number 22 ranked Arizona. Then we had Michigan State ranked number 5, defeating Western Michigan 37-24. And we had number 4 Baylor beating SMU 56-21. And we had number 23 Boise State winning 16 over Washington 13. And the number 1 team, Ohio State, in their rematches to the only loss last year against Virginia Tech, winning 42-24. So upcoming top 25 matchups next week is going to be Oklahoma ranked number 19 against the number 23 Tennessee Volunteers. And we got number 7 Oregon in the battle against number 5 Michigan State. And we got LSU against Mississippi State. Those are our 3 top 25 matches for next week. And my top 5 picks, my top 5 should go like this. Ohio State, even though they started off sluggish first half, they came back and redeemed themselves second half. Braxton Miller had a pretty good game. Alabama, they did impress me this week. I mean, I'm not a Roll Tide fan, of course, but they did. They was very impressive when they went against Wisconsin. Baylor, who to me was probably the most impressive out the top 10 teams. Well, out of the top 5, I got, anyway, I got them ranked at number 3. And I put number 4, my 4th ranked team would be Florida State. And I got the USC Trojans at number 5. Now, I'm looking at this Oregon and Michigan State, which should be a pretty good game. You know, the only problem I got is where's the defense at? You know, I was real disappointed in a lot of these top 10 teams because, you know, they had easy games supposedly, but their defense, they gave up too many points, or some of the games were close. TCU, who was previously ranked number 2, I took them out top 5 because if you're the number 2 team in the country, you don't barely beat a team that's not even in rank. So they had to be out my top 5. But you know, that's just a rundown of this week's college top 25 and the Florida Gator rundown. And you know, as I do my reviews every week on college top 25, and give you my top 5 who I think should be in the top 5 each week. And also, I'll do a Florida because I am a Florida guy. Even though we're not ranked, I'm still going to do my thing on Florida because I'm a Florida Gator guy. Now, I will be back next week, Monday, to do another review on the top 25. And I will also start doing my reviews on the NFL as well, for those you NFL fans. And by the way, in case you don't know me, number 1, you want to know who my NFL team is? The Philadelphia Eagles. That's right. So a lot of you might not like me, might not like my teams, but yeah, we all got teams. But I'm just giving you a review on top 25 and my predictions on who I think should be where. And when I do my NFL review, also I will give you week to week or who I think my top 5 teams are. It's gonna change. I'm not gonna put the Philadelphia Eagles in the top 5 because I'm an Eagle fan. If I think they deserve it, they deserve it. I mean, I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to keep it going by what I believe and how I see teams fare. So, you know, if your team doesn't fit my top 5 in the NFL, I'm sorry to disappoint you. These are my opinions. My opinions is all it is. I might be wrong. I could be right. But, you know, it is what it is. But until then, I am number 1. And I'll see you this weekend with another college review, top 25, and an NFL review later on. Until then, I'd like to say peace. God bless, and I'm out.